body. It all began when Miss Frizzle showed our class a film strip about the human body. We knew trouble was about to start because we knew Miss Frizzle was the strangest teacher in the school. The very next day, the Frizz made us do an experiment on our own bodies. Then she announced that we were going on a class trip to the Science Museum. We were going to see an exhibit about how our bodies get energy from the food we eat. The trip started out like any other trip. We rode to the museum in the old school bus. Along the way, we stopped at the park for lunch. When it was time to go, everyone got back on the bus. Everyone but Arnold. He was still on the picnic table, daydreaming and eating a bag of cheesy Wheaties. Hurry up, Arnold, called Miss Frizzle. She reached for the ignition key, but instead she pushed a strange little button nearby. At once we started shrinking and spinning through the air. From inside, we couldn't see what was happening. All we knew was that we landed suddenly, and then we were going down a dark tunnel. We had no idea where we were. As usual, Miss Frizzle knew. She said we were inside a human body, going down the esophagus, the tube that leads from the mouth to the stomach. Most of us were too upset about leaving Arnold to pay much attention. We're not passing into the stomach, said Miss Frizzle. It wasn't exactly quiet in there. The walls of the stomach moved in and out, churning and mashing the food into a thick liquid. The bus was turning round and round, and digestive juice splashed the windows. We knew how it felt to be a hamburger. Miss Frizzle drove to the bottom of the stomach. We shall drive through the opening to the small intestine, she said. The small intestine was a coiled, hollow tube. The inner walls of the tube were covered with tiny fingers called villi. In the villi are tiny blood vessels. Food molecules are taken into these blood vessels, said Miss Frizzle. Once the food is in the blood, it can travel all over the body. We felt ourselves getting smaller and smaller, and Miss Frizzle started driving to one of the villi. She was going straight into a blood vessel. Now we were in the blood, but did not look red. Blood is not just a red liquid, explained Miss Frizzle. Blood is made of cells, floating in a clear fluid. Those cells look like red rubber saucer, someone got out. These are red blood cells, Miss Frizzle cried. Red blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells of the body. Here and there, a white blood cell was busy destroying disease germs. White blood cells are like soldiers protecting your body from enemies, said Miss Frizzle. Looking back, we saw a white blood cell chasing the bus. We'll be safer with the red blood cells, kids, said Miss Frizzle. She reached for the handle that controlled the bus's doors. Don't do it, we cried. But when did Miss Frizzle ever listen? The door of the bus flew open. We were swept out of the bus into the bloodstream. Everybody hitch a ride, called the Fritz. Each kid grabbed a red blood cell as it went by. Our glass into the bus was when it went into another red blood vessel, with the white blood cell right behind it. The next thing we knew, we had floated inside the heart. Inside the heart are 4 hollow spaces, called chambers, said Miss F. Each chamber is a little pump. The the two chambers on the right side of the heart taking used blood from the body and pumped it into the lungs. In the lungs, the red cells picked up fresh oxygen. From the lungs, our red blood cells carry us back to the heart. This time we are on the left side of the heart, the side that pumps fresh blood back into the body again. Kids, it looks as if these red blood cells are on their way to the brain, said Miss Frizzle. Look, when the red blood cells pick up oxygen, they turn bright red. When we reach the brain, we let go of our red blood cells and squeeze out the blood vessel. It was hard to believe that really white blob was the center of the body. Miss Frizzle said the brain is made of billions of busy nerve cells. They are constantly sending and receiving messages from the eyes, ears, muscles, and other parts of the body. We left the head by climbing down the bones of the spine. Inside the bones of the spinal cord, a thick bundle of nerve cells stretching from the brain. Smaller bundles of nerve cells branch out from each other in the spinal cord. These carry nerve messages to all parts of the body. We followed some nerves that went to the leg muscles. The leg muscles were working hard. They need a lot of energy. They use up a lot of food and oxygen from the blood. The heart was beating faster to carry out fresh blood to the muscle cells. We entered a nearby blood vessel. The blood was moving so fast. We were afraid we would lose each other, but at that moment, the school bus floated by. What a relief! We jumped on and went up to the heart and lungs again, just the way we went before. When we emerged from the bloodstream, we were in a huge open space. Where are we? Asked a kid. Miss Frizzle explained, Children, this is the nasal cavity. The what? We asked. The inside of the nose, said the Fritz. Suddenly we heard a deafening noise. It sounded like, ah. Then we heard, shoo! A tremendous blast of air hit the bus full force. We flew forward, spinning round and round. We were going so fast we couldn't see anything. Then we were getting bigger. Then, thud, we landed. There we were, back at school. There was Arnold in the school parking lot, blowing his nose. Arnold, who said the trip was amazing. You should have been there. Back in the classroom, it was business as usual. Miss Frizzle made us draw a chart of the human body for the bulletin board. And everything was quiet in Miss Frizzle's class. Everything, of course, except her dress. Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.